Somebody in one of my football groups wrote it straight away. Do you think there's going to be any terrorist attacks? And somebody was like, "Thank you for bringing out the whole buzz." It's gone that because of that. Because now I'm thinking about that. I wasn't thinking about it before, but now I'm thinking about it.
It's crossed my mind, and it wasn't because at first I was thinking, is there going to be beef? But then because of how much joy, as long as it's majority Arsenal fans, I don't think there's going to be beef.
Right. You think? So, you think or you don't think?
I don't think there's going to be beef, but.
There's always one.
The terrorist that just is mad about something or another, he'd be like, "Oh, so there's gonna be 500,000 to 1 million people in a 5 mile radius." Oh, that's an opportunity.
Unless they themselves is Arsenal supporters, they do. And they themselves don't want it to happen. Shout out to Mandami that was in the mosque, by the way, with his you see his thing.
Yeah, it's Arsenal. Was it Thope?
Yeah.
Custom Arsenal. You can see where they stitched the two things together. Oh man!
Look at me just linking terrorism to the Muslim community.
Wow!
To that Muslim community.
Look at me now. I'm hyping myself up.
I don't know who we are. I don't know who we are.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents and other small insects. Welcome to the ESN podcast.
Yes. Let's say those words.
I don't know who they are. I don't know who they are. I don't know who they are.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents and other small insects. Welcome to the ESN podcast.
Yo.
What is that?
That was Dipset. I'm also just trying to keep myself awake.
I see Jim Jones with the make Dipset great again.
Yeah. Hey, they're probably him and we might as well get into this. This is what we started already. He's talking about him and Cameron doing the verses against each other.
Oh,
who do you think would actually win if they did the verses?
Well, Cameron, but it depends who's in the audience. If you have a lot of younger rap fans, they'll probably be more in tune with Jim Jones right now.
Maybe, but I still Cam should smash him. But I say smash, but Jimmy Jones ain't got beats.
He's got ballin'.
His beats ain't delicate.
He's got decent songs.
He's got as you say, recently he's got the more up to date albums. His albums are never bad, so I don't know. I think Cameron will still win though, because I think Cameron's just got the bigger hits,
solo hits. Yeah, because he's got some, but not many. A lot of his big hits would have had a member of Dipset featuring.
Yeah, but that's fine as long as it's not a. I don't know how they'll do their verses, but as long as it's not a Dipset song, I suppose it's still. As long as he's got one of them on there, and it's not him, he could do it, innit?
It's a lot of Dipset overlap his music, man.
Yeah, but he's still got his own. Come on home with me.
Yeah, but you wouldn't play that.
Come with the gram. Of course you would.
You play "Come Home with Me."
Yes. I'll play stuff like. I'll play "I Really Need It." That would be a song that I'll play.
And who talks on the end of that?
Don't matter.
Jim Jones.
No matter. He's not on the song.
Slap the cool. It's even one of the most important parts of that song. I had some problems with the Akis, They told me lay off him. But no. Koofy right off the top of the head.
He could do stuff like
That could be the best part of the song.
what's it? Purple Haze I'll play.
Purple Haze.
That's the one that's got
It's down and out.
every type of any Just Blaze song is getting played. Put it that way, straight.
Cameron and Just Blaze and
Hey man.
Cameron and Just Blaze, Cameron and Kanye.
Yeah.
It's a very good combination. But-
Come on, man. Cab's got killer hits, man. He will be able to.
You say that, I don't.
Then he can't even play. Go back to the first album, even. Dun, 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 dun.
Killer.
Dun, 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 dun. He's got songs with Mace.
Anyway, if you say so.
I think he wins anyway.
Well, who would win between the Wave Guard and Big Daddy Kane?
Have you seen all these things that's been going on about this?
Just yesterday, I saw something. Yes,
The Wave Guard. I don't even know any Max B songs, so I can't even tell you. That's how deep it is. I don't actually whole Max B and French Montana era. I just have nothing. I have no.
Me either.
I don't even know any of their songs. Like I know that they obviously was together. I know that people were talking about them at the time, but it's like it skipped me completely.
It very much so. The same with me. I think it was highly localized with New York. Maybe,
yeah.
And then because I do know like some domestic people that were big on Max B, but then I guess they were just on that flex. And so Max B is a New York rapper.
Recently released from prison.
Yeah, after 18 or 19 years incarcerated. Before he went away, he had just released a popular mixtape with French Montana. But he was rapping before then anyways. They called him the Wave God because I suppose he could flow on beats. So they called it like it was Wave. Then he went away for whatever reasons. It's come out. French Montana in the meantime has got quite big and has held him down in the meantime. Gone to visit him, kept his name on the streets. The man's come out now, he's laced him up with jewels, and they've released umpteen hundred songs together. Got one song that's charted, I believe, is hit the chart. And they're going around doing lots of interviews. Obviously, with this person that's come out after 18, 19 years, I think it's unprecedented for somebody to be in the rap field, to be gone on for nearly 2 decades, come back, and to still have, or arguably be more relevant when they come out than before they went in. Because most rappers don't go away for that long, full stop, and if they do, they disappear.
Yeah, well, shout out to the ruler.
How long was he gone for?
He was, I think, maybe 12 years, maybe more if you didn't say Rick.
Yeah, you could talk about Rick. You talk about Slick Rick, who went away for a period of time. I don't know if he was more relevant when he came out than before he went in.
I don't know if Max B's more relevant.
I know Max B now, whereas we both just argued we didn't know him before. So I would say that more people know Max B now than before. That's just my.
Oh, he's only in jail for 5 years.
It seemed longer. That's just my quick math on Max B. Maybe I'm wrong, but just going along with that. Either way, he was in an interview recently, and he was discussing shows or something.
No, he was saying it came with them asking who's like the top 10 rappers. Where do you think you put yourself? And then he said behind Big, Pac, and I think maybe Jake. I can't remember. But he said he can put him anywhere. And then
Max B put himself in the top 10 rappers.
He said he could put me anywhere after those 3, basically, in the top 100 or whatever.
By all means,
top 100.
Rappers need to big up their chest and talk their ish.
So I think it was is it Wayno? Not Wayno.
I don't know
what's his name. The one that does stuff with
I don't know which one is which.
Yeah, but he was $1 million worth of game. I forget the other guy's name.
Okay.
But anyway, but not the rapper one. I forget. Ladies and gentlemen, we are broken people, just so you know, yeah. So we're running off complete fumes. But anyway, so he's the one that I was asking questions, and he was just mentioning all these different rappers that potentially could be around, and he was like Rakim, and he's like, nah, you know, Rakim's the god, man. Shout out to the Prince Rakim Deluxe, by the way. Hey, he goes, you know, I'm Rakim the god and all that type of
Man,
stuff.
remember the name.
And all this type of stuff. But then he came up with Big Daddy Kane, and he was like, Big Daddy Kane? Big Daddy Kane? Big Daddy Kane? Hey, nah, you talking about old man Big Daddy Kane, basically. And then he was this... he
old man Logan business.
Yeah, so he then became a bit flagrant with Big Daddy Kane's name. I was just basically saying he's better than Big Daddy Kane. Like, Big Daddy Kane ain't relevant now. I don't know who you think about talking about Big Daddy Kane, comparing me to Big Daddy Kane. Basically.
In that regards, I can't argue with him in terms of, because what they were saying, the bit that I heard didn't discuss the best of the best. He was talking about people that have held on and still doing and still performing, and he mentioned Big Daddy Kane. And then that's when Max B was like,
Wallow, that's it.
Like, when's the last time you heard of Big Daddy Kane? So even if he's doing stuff, it's like it'll be to a small audience. He hasn't charted. He mentioned that, you know, you wouldn't have heard of him in jail. He's not a name that you should bring up in this conversation when we're talking about relevant artists. And in that regards, I can't argue with him. He was flagrant with how he said it. It was very dismissive. And if there was more to it than that, because like I said, I've seen a truncated part of the show. If it was a lot more to it, where he's really dubbing him, then he's super out of pocket.
Well, he didn't to go like double down and went on the internet and started doing all this other stuff. He was basically using it to rage bait.
He's Harlem now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Harlem people is like, they don't want to apologise. They don't want to apologise. So Big Daddy came out with a little freestyle, and which I thought was very good. Yeah, there's a bit where he did made in the middle of Little Italy kind of business, and he lost his breath a tad, which I think you should have just re-recorded it, because
that's not authentic.
It of course it's authentic. How many times do you do something in the studio before it gets released? That bit there was really good. It annoyed me that you lost a little bit of breath, because you actually came up with a new version. I'm comparing it to one of the greatest bars in hip-hop history, not just because of the lyrics, or even less so because of the lyrics, even though the lyrics are fantastic, because of the flow on that bit. And he did something similar to that, but he lost the breath.
I haven't even heard it. Have you got your thing's plugged in, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, you haven't heard the thing? No,
let me send it through. Have you? It's like 40-something seconds, yeah?
Yeah, it's not long.
Let me send it through to you so you got it, so you can just play it, because I think I found it.
All right. In the meantime, as Bahal is saying, we are broken people. It is currently 3:37 on Saturday. I'm even gonna. Usually I'll say it's Friday, but today I'm actually gonna say Saturday because it's gone too far, big guy. It's gone too far. And we are in One Stop Dreadlock Studios. I'll do the intro shortly. As it stands now, let me play this Big Daddy Kane ears.
Treat you right.
Straight from the Brooklyn streets where they can see me at. It's never easy at. That's the world we be at. Really? Straight from the Brooklyn streets where they can see me at. Where it's never easy at. That's the world we be at. Real hitters keep the strap for any type of beef or spat. Make your head tilt back like Ed a BC hat. That's where we gon' leave you at. Make them take a leaky nap. Anytime that we attack, you don't want a piece of that. That thug mentality can be an aphrodisiac. But you're doing too much, homie. Please relax. Don't make this animal damage you. Animal banish you. Handle you flammable like a match. You do a candle. Do with words. I be a man if you plan to do any enamel. If you plan to do any enamel acting against the intangible. You must be sniffing out vinyl. Realize I'm a G, you just Sajo. Realize that's Mike, but not Dino. Samoye, not Wino.
That's the roaster.
Is it Big Daddy?
Big Daddy.
Right, for me, Big Daddy Kane is one of them legends you shouldn't be talking wild about at all, man. And I think the whole of the community came out and was just cussing Max B.
I don't know about cussing him. They disagreed with him, and they co-signed your statement that there are just certain artists, because of their legendary status, unless they've done something to you, almost they didn't put that in there. But I'm sure it's like if they started something, then by all means. But unless they've done something to you, you don't just talk these people's names. You don't mention people like Big Daddy Kane and Rakim. And who was it? Somebody brought up. They said Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, my old favorite rapper, KRS-One, and there was one other person as well. Not Kool Keith. I don't know why Kool Keith is in my head, but somebody along them kind of lines. And it's
Cool G rap.
Cool G rap. Like, leave them four alone. They're foundational rappers. They laid it down for what, especially we're talking about rappers, what you are now. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. Shut your mouth. Respect the elders and leave them alone. And I agree with that. I co-sign it. I think Kool G Rap is one of the rappers of those four, and I'm including Rakim. I think Kool G Rap is the one that will still eat mans today. Kool G Rap,
because he's still about that life.
It's like, I say it with people like, I mention Eric Sermon all the time, and people like Kool G Rap. It's like their style is timeless. Whether you like it or you don't like it, it doesn't seem to age. So you'll have KRS-One, his style might age a bit. Even though Rakim might age a bit. You might say it doesn't, but for me, it might age a bit. Kool G Rap style has the same thing with Big Daddy Kane. His style has aged a bit. This thing here is a good rap, but he sounds like an old man rapping. He sounds like an old man rapping well. Whereas when Kool G Rap raps, he just sounds like he's still whatever this young man just eat.
I think it's good of his voice, to be honest, and he's got like a particular style that still seems to be.
That's what I said. He's timeless. He wasn't necessarily rapping like everybody else at the time, and he's not necessarily rapping like everyone else now. But it doesn't sound old.
When was the last time you heard of?
No one asked me that question. But the last time one of the last times I heard him that I can proper resonate is it was a Mobb Deep song.
Yeah,
The Undisputed. Do. If I sing it long enough, I'll get to the chorus and I'll remember the name of it.
That's a long time, man.
Bullets ain't racial; they only hate you. Oh God!
That's the hip hop we all love, man.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So, anyways, yeah. So Max B, you're wrong.
Yeah, Max B needs to relax, bro, because I don't know what he did.
And Jim Jones, you need to lay it off. And Jim Jones got beef with Max B as well. I don't even know. You know what they have a beef in it or why they have a beef, but I don't.
I forgot. I mentioned why before, but a lot of it stems from how he was disrespecting Jim Jones' missus.
Oh,
because he was talking about the way that people talk about Jimmy Jones' missus is not good. Sometimes it sounds like she might have been. How can I put it? Like maybe
she belonged to the streets. It's not one of them ones, is it?
I think that sometimes they try to make it sound like that. I don't know personally, obviously, so I don't know. But the way that some people make it sound like she dated quite a few people before she ended up with Jim. If that makes sense.
Like most people.
Yeah, like most people in their life, exactly.
But if you're in the game, you're in the game, innit?
And it might be a few. And Max B alluded that he did something with her. Obviously, he was trying to get the time. I think the problem that he had was with Max B and him was that he wanted to get out of his deal or something, and then Jim was basically like, nah, because I think he was kind of like signed to Jim in a way. And then Max B went the dirty route and started talking about his missus. And yeah, that's how it kind of went that way. And then after that, they had the beef. And yeah, Jimmy's like, I don't forgive this person. I'm never gonna forgive him, and that's that. Don't call his name. Don't speak his name to me. Type of thing. But I don't know.
That's fair enough.
I remember when he was on the Joe Budden podcast. This was 8 years ago when Maul and Roy were still on it, and the moment mentioned Max B, and he was just like, don't talk to me about that, man. Like he was proper like jovial and thingy. As soon as he mentioned him, the energy just switched completely. Where don't talk to me about that, man. So. Yeah, that beef still festers, and I think it's going to continue to fester forever.
Yeah, if you talk about my missus with disrespect, it might fester forever.
Yeah, so that's one of those ones that's not gonna go down easy. You want to do your intros before we get into something else?
Yes, let's do these intros. Right, as you can already tell, we do not have.
Wait for the wolf, who should be coming directly.
You sending the wolf?
You feel better, motherfucker?
Shit, Negro. That's all you had to say.
We do not have
Greetings in the name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie, Empress Menen, Mama.
And rest in peace. I was just looking at pictures of him today with a couple of the men from the Mead. We do not have our brother.
Spider sense tingle.
That's what you was doing. You was gallivanting with the mead.
No, they were in the venue.
Oh, okay.
You were there when
Yeah.
It was at a function this evening. That's why we're late. And
The function.
I was taking pictures. I uploaded them onto my Google Drive, my Google Photos. I don't know why I keep putting things in different photos, by the way.
Because I started it.
And you started what?
All those pictures.
Can you talk sense, please? You're not that tired to be talking such nonsense.
I'm talking about today. I had already started making one with all the photos that I'd taken.
But you know I'm going to do one.
No, I didn't know you was going to do one.
All right.
I didn't, because I didn't know you had taken any pictures because I thought you was doing the work.
Even on my phone, if I'm taking pictures, I'll do it because it's for the bride and the groom, for the people.
Yeah, exactly. I thought I was doing your job because you was doing another job. I took a lot of pictures though.
Yeah, I know. It's 600 plus.
Yeah, there's obviously stuff you can remove because there's gonna be ones that's like multiple stuff that I was taking. But
I'm not gonna do a harsh edit on these things. No, I still haven't finished editing the Egypt pictures. Then people are clearly waiting on me for how many months now or how many weeks. Anyways, where was I? Yeah. So, but basically,
you must have AI that could just do your pictures for you. By the way, I'm assuming.
It can do some stuff, but you still have to go through each picture. If you're going to do it properly, you go through each picture. You can batch things. So it's like you say, if you had a bunch of pictures of me and you standing in front of flowers wearing the same clothes with the same sky and the same sunlight, then if you tweak one, you could do like whatever I've tweaked with this picture, do it with all these other pictures, kind of thing. But I don't even use the software for that. I just use the inbuilt thing in Google Photos, which doesn't let you do them batch kind of editing. So I don't even
What's
have
the Apple equivalent of Google Photos?
Apple?
Yeah.
Apple Photos.
What's that like? Is anything? Sorry, guys, we're getting a bit techie here, but I never used it. I've never seen it.
It's not an equivalent, really. You can upload pictures. You have your storage. You can share whatnot. If I do a folder and you're connected to this kind of shared photo folder, it will just pop up on your thing, which I guess is a bit. It's dissimilar. It's not similar to Google Photos in that regard.
Okay.
In this regard, because Swift at one point has linked me to him years ago. So there are some folders now where he just uploads things and then I'll see it. Up to the point he didn't even know it the other day when we were in Egypt. Actually, he was showing me something about like the boat we were gonna go on, the mini yacht or whatever type of boat it was. I'm like, I've already seen it. He's like, when did you see this? I said, I've seen this picture. He's like, how? 2 twos, he had put it in his like vision board of what he wanted to do for the event, and I've got access to the vision board. He didn't even know he shared it. I'm like, bro, I've been seeing it. He's like, I didn't even know. I was like, yeah, bro, I'm just your things just pop up once in a while. But you have to go into the folder, like. But either which way, there's that editing function is nowhere near the same.
Okay,
you can do very, very, very basic stuff.
Because that's one of the things I see that you use very, very Google-like.
Google? Oh, yeah, because it's. I remember, it used to be free. So that was the start. Give me free, unlimited storage for photos. Me that takes tons and tons of photos. I'll have some of that. And then even once they started charging, if you don't... Anyway, I'll pay for one of them and basically, and it's a reasonable price. And it's good for me just to upload. So I've already sent it to them.
Who?
The participants of the function.
That's what I've had.
After we had our conversation.
I had a conversation with you.
I said I mentioned to upload pictures to my thing, which you didn't, by the way.
No, because I'd already done mine and I've been doing it all this time. That's what I'm saying. I was doing it.
I don't get what that's got to do with anything.
It took all this time for me to upload the thing and now I'm gonna do it somewhere else again. It's long.
You don't have to. Anyway, I've done it. So they've got the pictures twice. What's my point?
With the updated ones that I put in there though.
After you had left, I don't know when you had updated it, but it was over 600 pictures I've been putting, I think.
All right, cool.
But yeah, it's easy. You take the pictures, you upload it, and then you send someone a link. They can look at the pictures, they can upload it. You can upload stuff to their folder themselves. I think it's fabulous. And as long as I'll still pay for the thing, then it's still there. Even up to the point, actually, even if you don't pay for it, I think if you've got the pictures there already, it's like it still keeps pictures there. It just won't let you add new mode. But if you've got 5 terabytes of pictures, it's not like, well, you didn't pay for 5 terabytes anymore, so we're deleting them. It's like they're just there. From my understanding, it was there before. So yeah, I think it's a good product from Google. Google have tons of good products. Because I use Apple.
It's very true.
The default is Apple. So I think.
So sorry, what was you even talking about before we got?
I was doing the intros, and
you said you was looking at the.
Yes, I was talking about looking at old pictures of the meat. Because when you do on Google Photos, you can just
identify who.
So I went onto Topsy's face and I just clicked on it, and I think it went back to 2016 or so. No, it's old. This is where I don't know. I've lost a lot of pictures because it hasn't gone back as far as it should do. Really, gone back about 12 years or whatever it is. And it's like, rah, I look young. Rah, I got hair. Rah, this and rah that. And yeah, and there's obviously if you click on the Mead pictures, you'll see a lot of webs. So we're just there looking at webs and stuff. And it's like, yeah, man.
It's very interesting today, obviously, where we went to, and I was talking to I was talking to my missus about certain things, about how important it is to have people that's been there from the very beginning of your time, so they know everything. Like there's somebody out there that kind of knows at least 90% of what you've done in your life. It's good to have that person, because when it's time to tell stories, they're the ones that will have all the relevant stories, all the relevant things for those type of situations. So it's good to have them around. So so it's funny that you was mentioning, people going back so far.
I don't have that person anymore.
No, that can go back that far maybe, but you still got somebody that can go far.
Who? Other than you? Who?
You got Hot Rod. He goes far. That's
Hot Rod is not around.
Doesn't mean he ain't got stuff from before, isn't it?
He will have old stories about me, but there are people that will have been with me for 20 years and they're not there anymore. So I had my older brother that was, during my formative years, he saw some stuff. Then you have MG would have seen some stuff. Then you have Webbs would have seen a lot of stuff over the last 20, I don't know how many, 20 years. And he's not there anymore. So that 20 years of stuff, that was me and him overlapping. Yeah, if that's gone, then that's 20 years gone.
It's me, I suppose.
Even then, there's so many things that I did with Webbs that you're not in. So when we were raving together, And when we did the odd things together or stuff like this, functions, you're there. But there's so many things that it's just me and Webbs did. There's nobody else that I've shared those experiences with. And with him gone, it's gone. Like my wife is my wife. And she don't gallivant like I gallivant. So you just now hit me, but it's just like if I were to have a function with it was a wedding or I died or somebody had to go up and talk about me and it wasn't you, they would just have this snippet of whatever section of life that they live with me, and it wouldn't be recent. They'd be talking about stuff that happened 25 years ago. Like even when you walked past us and we were having that conversation in the circle outside, that conversation is about stuff that happened 26 years ago. And we were talking about it like it was yesterday. But this is a 26-year-old conversation. These are people that I've known for more than half my life, or half my life. But I don't see them. I see them once every year or something. I'm not overlapping life with them anymore. That's mad. That goddamn. Thanks for bringing it down, man.
I'm sorry for you.
You still got your one?
I still got a couple. I could use two basically.
Go on.
What?
Punani.
Yeah, but that's the simple side of it. Those two could tell my life. No long thing.
Alright.
No long thing. They could do it. They have the stories. They have the knowledge to be able to say what they need to say.
Well, long may that last. Let's hope when you're celebrating 70, 80, 90 that they're there telling their stories.
If they know me enough, I probably won't be celebrating it, but yeah.
You'll be celebrating at that age.
At that age. We'll see.
Oh, why not, man? That's a long time to just say I'm not one of. I don't. In fact, that's the thing. Yeah, 80. You don't want to celebrate 80.
Really? I don't know. I don't feel about doing it right now.
Yeah, because
I'm already dreading. I was saying to my wife I was saying to my wife, Mike. I was saying to my wife, that I've already got anxiety over my 50th because I know that she's going to try and force something on me and I don't want it.
You have anxiety on your 50th. It's not coming for how many years?
Exactly.
What are you thinking about the nonsense for?
Because she tries to force things on me all the time and I just don't want to have arguments over it. And it's going to be an argument of, oh, you need to do something. And I don't want to do anything. Just don't want to. Simple and plain. But anyways, what it is.
All right, man. All right. Me, I haven't even thought of 50. And I've just celebrated 47.
50. It's coming.
50. Well, I should be debt-free by 50. It's mad to say this is 3 years away and I'm saying I should be, but
Do you want to have a party for your 50th?
I should be. No party, no.
But you want to do something?
I like going away. I like going on holidays for my birthday. So if I can go on holiday, I'll do that, yeah. The last holiday I went away was 45, so that's 2 years ago. I went to New York.
New York City.
So I got no problem. I'm not a party birthday person because I'm not a party person in general and I don't need to party for my birthday. If people want to come around and celebrate with me at home or in a family home, I got no issue with that because I like spending time with my family.
Yeah,
so if that's an excuse to spend time with my family. But organising a party for me is the benefits. Let me see. Do the benefits?
I don't think they do, man. It's just too much stress.
I'm thinking because if I go to somebody else's party, if I go to auntie or uncle's party or cousin's party and I see everybody and it's all fun and games, that's cool because I have no
This is the
part
thing.
to play in it, and I help clean up at the end, and then I'm gone.
Yeah.
That's it. If it's based around me, then it comes down to people be like, but you don't have to do anything. You don't have to lift a finger. And it's like, even you asking who are we invited is not brain power
exactly.
that I don't even want to invest in.
I don't want to fluctuate my brain to do that. But even with me, it's even worse because I've got somebody that's quite close to my birthday that likes to party and has a party. So I'm just like, whatever you do for their party, I'm happy to see you all at that one time. Then when my birthday comes up, I'll be cool.
Cousin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she likes the party. So
She likes to
have her party, and I'll just piggyback off that. Not to have actually be involved in it, but I'll see you all then anyway.
And they'll say whatever they're gonna say then. And for me, there's just so many birthdays in my month. Not even just my month. Immediately around my birthday, like day before, day after, 2 days after.
Yeah.
It's like it's a lot. It's a lot, man. So even me going away on my birthday, I feel a bit of guilt because I've been missing out on nephew and niece's birthdays. But I can live with that guilt as long as even usually I can come back and do whatever it is I'm doing with them. But
Just even if they do something.
Because they're young. I suppose when they get older, it'll be interesting anyways. But it is what it is. So that is why I was talking about DJ Webslinger.
Yeah.
Shout him out. Rest in peace. As you can tell, there are only two of us this evening or this morning, and we are both very tired. We can't afford to fall asleep this time because, like I said, a couple of weeks ago when there were four of us, the people were randomly falling asleep on the episode. But with two of us, that can't happen. But I'm telling you this now, this is going to be the first time in a long time I'm like, I don't know if I'm going home. Because home from the studio is close to a 40-minute drive. And I don't know if it's necessary. I mean, the more I'm talking now, the more awake I'm becoming. But driving down here was a rough ride. I've been up on my feet for what feels like weeks. My dogs are barking, and I'm famished. I'm tired. Well, I'm not famished actually. I ate on the way here. I'm tired. Yeah, so I should fall asleep driving because I'm. I've had one meal today.
I wanted to eat. That's what I wanted to do before. I thought I was gonna get home to eat, but I don't know if that's gonna be the case now.
I had one meal today.
Yeah, I didn't. I had half the meal. I didn't even have the whole meal.
And the meal was fine actually. So
that's for you.
I didn't have dessert. Yeah, chicken and mashed potato. You don't like mashed potato?
I don't eat mashed potato, and I don't eat the cheese.
The gravy was good. What cheese?
The white sauce stuff that came with all well, you don't eat the veg anyway, so
I ate the peas.
I didn't even really have peas on mine. So
the food was fine, and it was even a decent portion. It's like I didn't even not feel full, but that's the first thing proper thing I'd eaten that day, whatever time that was, and then just coming here. Even though I could live without food, if I was going to bed, if I was at home, it's not like I have to eat before I go to bed, which I do. I know some people think that's mad, but If I'm hungry, it's like, let me eat before I go to bed. I didn't have to do that tonight. But once I know I'm driving somewhere, it's like, I don't want to be tired and hungry. It's not a good combination.
Something keeps running into my eye, and my eye is killing me.
Running into your eye?
Yeah, like sweat or whatever. It's not even sweat. I don't even know what it is. I'm not sweating. It's just something is in my eye constantly.
It's
like that.
fatigue. It's fatigue.
Yeah, maybe. Well, maybe I'll follow you. If you go to the other place, maybe I'll follow you behind you just to make sure you get there.
So I might go to my parents, basically, which is 20 minutes.
Not even that, 15, 20. Yeah, 20 minutes. Let's say 20 minutes.
It's half the time. So we'll see. But then the thing is, I've got stuff to do tomorrow. I was discussing this with my brother before we started recording. Let me know. Hashtag ESN pod. Let me know. Sorry if the sound is bad. I'm sitting in a different position because I'm just I'm tired.
This ain't gonna be a long podcast today, damn it.
And we're doing this sacrificing.
For the love.
I'm not gonna say for you because it's for us. You might think it's for them, but it's not for us. We dedicate to do things every week, and I still think we could have done this other days. Like, we don't have to record here because we can't. Where we are now, tomorrow and the day after, it's going to be lock up. We've got the railings and everything already. Yep. There's going to be the Arsenal parade. So obviously, as you're listening to this, you will know what the results are for the Arsenal PSG Champions League final, and if the parade went gloriously with 2 trophies, and everything was peace and love and sunny and all that stuff, or anything else. You will know. We don't know. But what we know is that parking around here is going to be a myth for the next 2 days. So even though I'm not working and my brother ain't working, it's like, it don't seem that it would have been feasible to come here. But we could have recorded somewhere else. That's what I'm saying.
Good of maybe. I don't.
But I know, especially I'm going to be on road. I'm going to be on road tomorrow.
I'm also going to be on road tomorrow.
Yeah, and then I'm going to be on road the day after. It's like, my feet
it's not by force.
Are telling me off.
The day after.
None of them is by force. This is the thing now, because as far as you're concerned, tomorrow is tomorrow by force?
Well, my boy asked me to do something. You never asked before. So yeah, for me, it's by force.
Okay, well...
not in that he's forcing me to go, but if somebody that definitely doesn't only put things for you to go, put something there, then I'm going.
Okay, so if you promise your nephew and niece that you're going to do something with them, and you can't, time is not telling you can't do it. You just got to just be like, I'm tired, I'm not doing it.
If what? Depends, yeah. If I don't want to do it, I don't.
Well, I don't do that to my people then.
If I don't want to do something, I'm telling people I'm not doing it. If I want to do something, I'll tell them I'll do it. That's how I am. That's who I'll be.
That's not a good thing to be like, to be that, if I... Let's take away, because I'm assuming you actually ignored what I said, where you promised somebody you would do something.
Okay, no, if I promised...
Sorry, I'm assuming you just bypassed that.
Yeah, I didn't hear the promise. Well, I heard it, but my brain didn't contribute. I thought you just meant like, because I wouldn't have told them I'd do it if I didn't want to do it in the first place.
It's not about whether you want to do it or not. You could do it, and now you're tired. That's the issue is you were happy to do the thing.
Like, if I
you want to do the thing, but now you're finished.
If it's something that I could potentially get somebody else to do, and it's just that you wanted me to do it because you thought I could do it, and then it doesn't really matter who you can do it, and I'm that tired, I'll make arrangements for it to be replaced if I'm that tired.
Well, for me, I don't like breaking promises that I don't have to break. If I'm breaking a promise,
yeah, but it depends how I feel.
It's because I have to do it.
It depends how dangerous I believe it to be. If I feel like me is so tired that I'm again worried about driving or worried about this or worried about that, then I'm
not driving. Again, unlike you, I don't have to drive everywhere. So when there is no parking,
what are we talking about here, by the way?
The parade.
Oh, you promised somebody you're gonna go to the parade with them?
I told my daughter was going to watch I don't know if I said this on the pod.
No.
So the FA Cup women's final is on the same day as the Arsenal parade, and my daughter's school said they selected a bunch of people to go to the game.
Okay.
My daughter was one of the people that could have gone if she wanted to. You'd have to nominate yourself. She was very happy to go. Her friends were going. Then we found out about the parade because we won the Premier League. And I said, I'm going. I'll take my son. I was assuming my daughter would want to go with her friends. Now, as a side thing before I finish the story, my daughter's school, they named their classes after universities. So her class is Manchester. And so she said in the past, my second team can be Manchester. I don't think she doesn't even know there's a Manchester City or Manchester United, because I go to Manchester class. And I've said, I've snarled at it before, but I've kind of left it. Whereas with this time, I told her, this is before I knew about Arsenal winning the league and the parade. I don't mind you going to this game, but you cannot support Manchester City. And if you're going to support Manchester City, you're not allowed to go.
Wow.
I said, you're Arsenal, and that's the end of it. There's no second team.
How much is that?
That stuff. Because
I was really enjoying it, man.
I want to do indoctrination. There's this, I'm big on choice. Even up to the point where you'll find out later on with what I'm discussing. I'm big on giving my children choice. But then I realised this is something I don't want them to have a choice with. I don't want my children to be one of them where you have this mum and dad support Arsenal, kids support Tottenham. Mum and dad support Man United, kids support Man City. One of these. I'm always wondering, how did it get to that point? How did it get to that point?
Let his children have a religion.
How did it get to that point where, or the mum doesn't support anybody, the dad supports Blackburn, kid supports Newcastle? How? Why?
Because at the time when they grew up, that's the team that was good.
I don't want that. My children support Arsenal, and that's what you're going to support and I'm going to push it down you until you decide for yourself that that's the team you're supporting. So indoctrination with football team is it for me. So I told her that. She was like, yeah, fine. And then that was that. Anyways, so the parades come, and then I drove her to school one day. I said, I spoke to the missus about it. She's shrugging. She's like, I'll come to the Arsenal parade with you guys if she's not going. Like, I'm happy to come to the parade. My missus is a Liverpool supporter. And an Arsenal hater for that matter, actually. But for whatever reason, she's happy to come to parade.
They're all happy to come to the parade, apparently.
So, and this is my missus that don't even go out. So I didn't question it. I didn't ask. I didn't insult her. I didn't make a joke about it. I said nothing. You said you're happy to go. I didn't say anything. I don't even think I even said okay. I just left it like, okay, cool. Anyways, so just before we get to school earlier, I said, listen, the day that you're going to the football is the same day as this parade because Arsenal won, blah, 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 blah. I tried to explain to it. I said, I've never really been before, but I think it's something similar to Carnival because she goes Carnival more or less every year. I said, it's going to be similar to that. I showed her like clips of... Sorry?
It shouldn't be though.
In terms of, I said it's going to be similar apart from we're not walking because we don't really do the floats with Carnival. With Carnival, we walk up and down a lot. We walk around and around. We never get to the float stage, which is something I actually want to do with her. But even, was it last year or the year before, I actually went super early so we could see the floats. And we still didn't go. But I told her basically, it's going to be like standing in one place. You're only going to see them for maybe 5 minutes or 6 minutes. It's going to be very busy, but hopefully everyone should be happy. And that's going to be kind of like that. So I explained it to her. But for her, she said, yeah, I would like to go to the parade. And I said, I was surprised because she usually likes spending time with her friends. I said, why? She said, because I'm not going to be able to eat at the football. I said, huh? She said, later on I come to find, they said that they're not providing food for the children. Children must eat before they come because they're going to be away from their parents for approximately 6 hours. And in that 6 hours, they're not going to eat. So she's got wind of this, right. And she's like, well, I don't want to go 6 hours without food, so I'll come with you to the parade because there'll be food.
There won't be food at the parade.
Yeah, but we'll pack food in it, as in there'll be food. Whereas if she's going there, I don't even know if they want you to pack food or they might not want the responsibility of children packing this. I don't know the ins and outs, but I just know that they said there's no food in that 6 hours. Wembley.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming it's Wembley. Yeah, it's Wembley.
Okay.
So anyway, that's that. So yeah, once I've told her, giving that big spiel, she's now not going to the thing because those spaces were limited. And then I'll say, I ain't taking you. Nah, I can't do that.
Fair enough.
And it's not somewhere I don't want to go anyways.
Yeah,
and it's one of them formative things that I think in the way some people are talking about Arsenal when they won whenever, and they're talking about when I was 7 or when I was 10 or whatever, and these memories they have. I want her to have these memories that, oh, this is what it was like. I remember when I was 9 and I went to the Arsenal parade. Like my son, who's 4, I don't know how good his memory is going to be. It's fantastic as it is now, but I wanted to be, I can kind of like remember going to the parade, seeing a lot of red, wearing my same Arsenal top as my dad. These are things I can't just say, yeah, we'll do it next year.
I'm hoping that this parade is going to be a calm thing. I don't want it to be a hype
That's
thing.
the thing, it's in the back of my mind.
Last year, obviously, what happened with the Liverpool parade is still there. With the man that mowed down multiple people in his car. You also seen that the streets is hot at the moment, man. It's very so anyone that doesn't know, at the moment it's been quite hot, well, very hot in London. And
like record levels of
of heat. And that tends to make people a bit aggy. And there's been numerous accounts of things that's happening on the streets. But then also you again, because of if you watch the news or whatever, you can see that the terror alerts is up in certain places and stuff like that. I was watching them today, just removing all of the dustbins in the area that they're doing the parades, and I'm assuming that's to do. My was like, why are they removing that? I said, because people can put bombs in them. That was it. Enough for me to. That's all you have to think about. This is a way of them deterring people from doing terrorism. Somebody in one of my football groups wrote it straight away. Do you think there's going to be any terrorist attacks on the thing? And somebody was like, thank you for bringing out the whole buzz. It's gone that because of that. Because now I'm thinking about that.
No,
I wasn't thinking about it before, but now I'm thinking about it.
It's crossed my mind, and it wasn't because at first I was thinking, is there going to be beef? But then because of how much joy, as long as it's majority Arsenal fans, I don't think there's going to be beef, right.
You think or you don't think?
I don't think there's going to be beef.
Even I saw certain people, like the young boys, they do their little TikToks or whatever. I saw one video where a young boy was like, listen.
In his belly.
Yeah. Listen, we're all Arsenal fans. If you see you're up there, on that day, you just walk past each other. You don't say nothing. It's that day we're all Arsenal fans.
I saw something similar. It's like, bruv, if you're one of them, he's had his belly on. I'm assuming he's coming across as some sort of roadman, and he was talking to his fellow roadmen. And he's like, he wasn't saying it in terms of if you see an up. He was just like, leave your stuff at home. Don't do it. Don't spoil it. Yeah, don't spoil it. Like, don't spoil it. That is
sorry.
That shows you the togetherness you can get from football. We're not going to talk about football like we did on last episode, but that shows you how this can, like, everybody from young, old, disabled, color, creed, can be like, even thug to dweeb, can all be like, just this for this day. Let's just have peace. But
there's always one. The
terrorist that just is mad about something or another, he'd be like, oh, so there's gonna be 500,000 to 1 million people in a 5 mile radius. Oh. That's an opportunity.
And they still themselves as Arsenal supporters. They do. And that's also what it happened. Shout out to Mandami that was in the mosque, by the way, with his you see his thing.
Yeah, it's Arsenal. Was it Thope?
Yeah.
Custom Arsenal. You can see where they stitched the two things together. Oh, man.
Look at me just linking terrorism to the Muslim community.
Wow.
To that Muslim community.
You know what? I was just talking to somebody about something similar recently. They're reading a book, and the premise was similar to Noughts Crosses by Mallory Blackman. And just similar. So in terms of the roles were reversed with colours, kind of thing. I need to remember. I'm gonna have to ask her what the name of the book was, because it was like, oh, that's interesting. It sounds a bit like that. She's like, yeah. And then we started talking about that book, because obviously I haven't read the book that she's reading, but I've read Noughts Crosses. And Noughts Crosses, for those of you who don't know, is a book where basically racial roles. Let's just strip away everyone else, because clearly we don't care about Asians and South Asians and East Asians and Arabs, and Jews. It's just black and white. And the black and white, in terms of social hierarchy, have been switched in this book. It is almost like a Romeo and Juliet kind of situation with black and whites kind of thing. And I said that made me know, which I'm sure I said it on the pod before. I know I've told my brother that there was racism, or like the worm of racism can get into your brain, where it's in your subconscious. Because it did it with me, where I thought I'm quite woke, I'm quite understanding of myself. When I read Noughts Crosses, although I would have been, I don't know how young I would have been, but I was a lot younger than I am now. But they don't call black people crosses, and white people noughts, even though I think they explained it at some point. But after they've explained it, yeah, it's a long time ago I've read it. But they just call them Noughts Crosses. So me with really, really bad memory, I have to always superimpose the colour on top of Noughts Crosses, the noughts or the crosses. And I knew that the Noughts were the poors, the disenfranchised, the one that had the browbeaten, the whatever, the ones that lived on the streets. And it was always the blacks. I always had to correct myself every single time. I had to be like, no, these are the white people. Well, before, when I'm carrying reading it, I was like, bruv, your brain has just processed that you blacks are just you broke ass. You ain't got nothing. You don't do nothing. You just cry. They do the crime as well. It's just like, wow, your brain really thinks that black and poverty and crime are linked. So I have to like rewire my brain every time I'm reading this book, every single time. So then it's like, okay, so in life, I have to rewire my brain as well then. But I don't know if I've done it yet. Because when I'm reading the book, at least I know, I'm reminded every time I say Noughts and my brain says black, and no, it's not black, it's a white person. I'd be like, okay, and then carry on reading. Is that what's happening in my everyday life? But it's not as in my face as that. I don't just, nobody's saying Noughts and I'm saying, it's blacks. Oh, no, it's not. So is my brain rewired? Or am I still doing this self-hatred, self-loathing racism thing in my own brain?
Probably.
I was speaking to a colleague the other day, and he started off one of their sentences with, "I'm not racist, but..." Oh dear. Because I don't know them that well. I wanted to be like, and this is funny because it's strange how I can say I don't know them that well, and you still feel comfortable to start off that line. But we're talking about politics, and they started getting excited. And did you know about this thing that Blair has done recently?
No. He spoke about with the Labour people.
Yeah.
Saying that he thinks they need to fix up, basically. Yeah, I saw it.
Tony Blair wrote like a 5,000 words piece.
ChatGPT.
Where he about 5,500, where he was just gunning the Labour Party, basically. Like, we need to fix up as a party. And he had many points which were going against what either the Labour Party or Keir Starmer, the head of the Labour Party, would be talking about now or dealing with now. So net zero is that we need to get off fossil fuels and start dealing with renewable energy. He's like, we need to do that because we as the UK provide like a tiny amount of pollution to the world. The three biggest countries that do 50% of all the pollution is done by three countries: America, India, and China. And not one of them care about stuff. They're going about their business. Don't get me wrong, China is doing a lot in renewable energy, but they're not stopping on their fossil fuels. They're still doing their thing. They're still one of the most polluted places in the world. And it's like, these guys are charging through. So there are two reasons you should do it. One is that we don't want to provide the pollution to the air. But it's like, UK as a whole, you're a small island, and maybe you're overpowered in terms of your power. Even then, he challenged that as well. He cussed that. But ultimately, your landmass is your landmass. The amount of stuff you pump out is the stuff you pump out. It's not, in the big scheme of things, it's nothing. So what you say you're doing, it's like, we're trying to be the leaders. If we do this, people are going to follow us. And basically saying, you ain't leaders anymore. Yeah. You ain't, nobody's following you. Nobody's doing that. Everybody's going to doing their own thing. So you're not doing it where it's like, we'll be the leaders, people will follow us, and then we'll have some moral thing that, like, no, you're not. No, you're not. So the two reasons you have to do it, avoid. And in essence, we're saying you're just losing money. So we're saying we're not gonna drill in the sea. Whereas some of them other countries are drilling in the sea, and they're doing funds for what's it when you have a fund for your country where you have this thing where you make so much money that you just say, all right, it's a government thing, we make this money and we keep it for the people. So maybe we might do free schools or free this, because we have all this money that we can pay for it. And I don't know if it's Norway or whatever, the same oil that we could drill, we don't drill, they drill it, and they got billions of money. It's just like that, yeah. No, but anyways, I've explained the premise. I can't remember which country it is, but it's one of these Nordic countries that they just got billions now. And we could drill there, we don't because of
look at you,
yes, we, and but then at the end of the day, you import what they drill to your place.
Yeah, so you're still even allowing the fossil fuel.
So you're giving them more money. So you're doubly giving them money. So I agree. There's very many things that I agree with him.
It's probably common
Tony
sense
Blair.
things, though.
That's the thing. So, but it's a Tory's wet dream. This stuff, not just because he's cussing the Labours. It's not even that. He's just saying stuff that overlaps with Tories. He's saying it with like a Labour tongue.
Yeah, but that's how he's always been, hasn't it? That's the
Yeah.
whole point of Tony Blair. He's always been in the middle.
And I was with you in it when I said that. I was talking to a colleague and I said I'm a sinner. He said, no, you're right.
Yeah.
It's because we hadn't even discussed this, I don't think, at the time. But anyway, with this white dude, I was saying that, and then he was talking about immigration. I think he mentioned immigration.
Good.
And he's like, all right, so when Labour get crushed in local elections like they got recently, we have this thing where they want to go more to the left. Instead of like going to the right is winning, the right have eaten your breakfast, but you want to go further to the left. It don't make any sense,
Yeah,
bro.
because they think that the whole reason why people are leaving them is because they've left their ideals behind. That's the point.
Kind of thing. Yeah, maybe that.
And that a lot of the time it is. But some of their ideals now is not matched to what the rest of the society.
Immigration is one of them.
Yeah, society. Well, I think in the past, immigration, because the immigrants were Labour supporters, it was a good thing for them. But now even the immigrants have turned into it's probably the crab barrel situation where the immigrants of old no longer want the new immigrants in the country, so they themselves are even worse than some of the non-immigrants. Viva. But that's what I'm saying. They become even worse. So they now are turning away from the Labour Party and going towards reform or whatever because they themselves want the other immigrants not to come.
So you've got stuff like that. So he's like, the woman, so I haven't read the thing and I'm only going by, so I'm filling in a lot of spaces where he might not have said this thing specifically, but the premise would be the woman that deals with immigration, the Home Secretary for Labour now, is bang on this. Yeah, we need to drop immigration. In fact, immigration is the lowest now it's been in quite a few years. But most of Labour don't like her views. They don't want her to do what she's doing, even though the public are like, and this is a Muslim hijabi saying we need to do X, Y, Z. The rest of the Labour Party don't want to do it. Even though the public, even racist people be like, yeah, but she's doing well. She's one of the highest rated Labour politicians outside of Labour. Inside Labour, they would never vote for her to be like a leader, for instance, because they're looking for leaders now. There's no point even throwing her out in the wing.
Do you think that? I asked you this the other day, and you didn't have an answer. I don't think.
Go on.
About Keir Starmer. Do you think he's going or not now? Because he kind of rode the storm.
Not really, no.
Oh, well, why is there no one? I thought the challenge would have happened by now. It seems like they're waiting on it. What are you waiting for?
Andy Burnham.
Oh, they still have to make an MP.
He has to become an MP. The man stepped down to give him his space. They're going to hold the elections next month.
Okay.
He's going to win.
Yeah, because that streeting guy's backing him now as well, isn't he?
Streeting is saying you need 81 votes from your own party or 81 people to say we want you to be leader. The word on the street is he doesn't have those 81. So what he can do is like, I know that Andy.
Oh, you mean Streeting hasn't got the 81?
Streeting doesn't have.
Yeah, I know that.
You can say you don't know it because he's saying he does. But all the news people that are talking to people like he don't have.
If he had it, he would have done it, man.
But potentially, because he knows that the most popular person is Andy Burnham. If you are really gangster and sure of yourself, or you just actually want to deal with actual democracy, or you saw what happened with what's the lady in America that lost the election against Trump,
Kamala Harris,
where they just said, Kamala, you're the next one. Because usually they don't do that. Usually there's like a vote, like who's going to be the next one. There was not really a vote. It was just like, yeah, just Kamala. And some people didn't like the fact that you didn't give us a chance to pick. Some people in the party.
Prime Minister.
Doesn't matter. That's if I lose my position, then you become the Prime Minister. Not that if we go for the next election, you get to be the person that goes for it. It don't work like that. That's not what a vice president is. It's not like that. How many vice presidents had to wait their turn before they became thingy and had to win the primary? They had to win the chance to go for it. She didn't. They just said, you're doing it kind of thing. They just gave her the crown to do it.
It would have been easier if, what's his name, just left Biden to step down.
Potentially. But Andy Streeting might have seen that and be like, I don't want to just do that. So another way of doing it is that let me go against somebody, and the person I'm going to go against, there are a couple of other people Who's the one that you people hate? The brother.
What's his face, man?
But he's quite popular in the Labour Party.
Ed
Miliband.
Yeah.
He could go for it, but he probably wouldn't get it anyways. You've got the woman that got done for the council thing, that she's come back. But she doesn't seem like she wants it. She seemed like she wanted it before, but now it seems like she's not on it. So he did kind of like have this lane by himself. But he has held back either because of one of these reasons or because he doesn't have the votes. People are saying it's because he doesn't have the votes. But the third thing could be that let this next person come in, the super popular one. Let me go against him. So I'm a bit to the left, he's a bit to the right. We see what the people want. If he wins, then I can have a position of power in his party, because you kind of like need to mix bit between the left and the right in the Labour Party usually.
So you think
and if I win, then I win.
Right?
Eh?
Andy Burnham's more right?
No, Andy Burnham's more left.
Okay.
And Andy Burnham is going to win. And I told my sister this and she rubbished it, so it made me feel rubbish. But I did say it maybe a year or 2 or 3 years ago that Andy Burnham is going to be... First, I think I said that he's going to be the Prime Minister. And then I stopped myself and I said he's going to be the head of the Labour Party. These years ago.
Yeah,
and my sister said, of course he was. We did that. I was like, oh man, I thought that was me being... Because I'm saying it years in advance. It's not like 6 months in advance now. I said it
I remember when you said
advance.
it, and I had no idea who he was. So
you give me the props?
yeah, I'll give you.
Yeah!
This might have been after COVID or something like that. I can't remember, but you definitely said it a long time ago.
Yeah. And anyway, I believe I'm going to be right. You know, I'm not a big fan of now talking months in advance, because what I found is that this thing that's common sense today, the thing that's definitely going to happen today, it's so fast now. It could be in a month. Gone. That person, some old tweet where he's like, I dislike blacks and Jews and Indians and Spanish, and then it's gone. And that's it.
Have you seen what's been going on with Reform and Return? Is it Return?
No, it's not Return. It's but I always forget the Reform and
Robert Lowe's people.
Yeah. See, this is what's happened with okay. There's a person that was part of Reform. They left Reform because Reform
Restore.
It's not a good name. It's a good name, but it's not, because it's too much like Reform, and I always forget it. So this what's his name? Robert Lowe. Yeah, he left Reform and started his own party. Return. What? Sorry.
Restore.
And this is not even because I'm tired. This is just because I always forget the name of these people. Restore. And then, so basically, this is like an openly. Since the BNP, we haven't had a party that's just been like, yes, this is us, and that is what
Restore
is. They're basically like, we're the new version of the BNP, because if you go further right, then Reform, there's only so much space before you turn into
racismo.
Yeah, that's it. Like, no, open racismo, because the other one is like, it's covert racismo. This one, like, we don't want it covert. We want these people to know what we're thinking and feeling inside our hearts. When we kick you off the country, we want you to know why. Not because we're overpopulated. No, because we don't like you. We want you gone. If they were coming from Norway and Sweden, we wouldn't have an issue. But we can't have them coming from Arab countries and black countries and brown countries. So what's happening now is Reform. Whereas before, because they were the furthest party on the right, they were just pushing left, or push, however you want to phrase it. They were just pushing in the opposite direction and eating away at Tories, eating away at Labour. But now they have a party on their right they have to deal with. So they have to look both ways and be like, are we going to go more right on this? But what is the specific thing that you're talking about? Because that's
yeah, because it seems like it's splitting the vote now. So before, when we thought about other people getting their vote split, and then Reform was picking everything up. Now it seems like that's now being split as well, because, as you say, there's many people that's in Reform that were, proper right wing racists, and there's been splits and bobs that Reform have done that are now making them trying to look like a normal party. Yeah, which means now you got to incorporate things that maybe the people that voted for you in the beginning didn't agree with. So now this person is just a straight racist. So that's what I like when you see people interview people in Reform and ask them about their policies. They don't know anything about it. All they know is that they hate immigrants, and these people are the ones that want immigrants gone. But then when they start hearing about the actual policies, they're like, "Oh, this don't fit me. This don't fit me. I didn't know you did this. I didn't know you did that." So now they've got a party that is their focus. They hate immigrants. We need immigrants out of this country. We need them gone. Tommy Robertson type of situation. Let's just join them. So now they're splitting the vote. And then obviously people are now finding out bits and bobs about I don't know why they're just finding that out now. Like my man hasn't been doing this from the beginning of time. Farage is pocketing money in places, or they're talking about how Farage is just do shady shenanigans things.
I'm interested in how much that actually means to him, because like Boris Johnson, it's priced in.
Well, that it's
Trump,
it's done.
Boris Johnson and Farage, they're corrupt, and they're openly corrupt, and they're corrupt. If you vote for me, you can't be surprised 6 months down the line, I did something corrupt.
No.
If you vote for Keir Starmer, all right, okay, fair enough. But not everybody's dumb. So some people have some level of common sense, and even if it's just like deep down inside, it's like, I know there's something. This dude's a wheeler dealer. Yeah. So I'll put it that way.
I always call him the Del Boy of politics.
They're Del Boys, all right. So if something pops up where somebody opens a cupboard in their house and there's 50 DVD players, yes, I'm going back to them times. Then it's like, what did you expect?
Even Farage's whole wife is not even English. That's what makes me laugh. His whole situation. But anyway, it is.
And neither is Trump's.
It is.
Who's other? And Boris? No, his one's.
He didn't have a wife. He's got baby mothers.
No, but he's married now. He's I
think so, maybe.
Yeah. But anyway, it's pricing for them. When you have other politicians who come across holier than thou, then when you do something wrong. So what he said about Farage is Farage took a $5 million dollar gift from somebody that has put more money into reform than any other individual person that's put into a political party ever. I think it's 9 million or something like that.
He's an Asian guy as well.
I don't think he's Asian, but he lives in Thailand or something like that, and he changed his name to some Taiwanese name. Anyways, but I'm not actually sure where he's from. But I don't think he's definitely not native to the country he's living in now, and he's changed his name to. He's not native to that place. Well, anyway, they gave him this money. This was just after he had stepped down, so he wasn't actually a politician. But then when he realized, reform might do well, he did what Andy Burnham did, basically. He stepped in somebody else's seat and won the election there. And then said, I'm the head of reform again. Because he had kind of like, I'm semi-retired from politics. He saw that reform was doing well. Sorry, go on.
So he's British.
All right, okay. He's British. So he came back into power. But in the meantime, this dude had given him $5 million, I believe it is, and as a personal gift, nothing to do with the party. Let's say, all right. But then, if you are a politician and you've been given money within 6 months of becoming a politician, you need to write it down on paper. You need to tell us about it. He didn't. A newspaper expo found out and said, this happened. He said, it's got nothing to do with politics. I'm a high value target. People got stuff on my back. This is for 24-hour security, or for security for the rest of my life. He's paid security for the rest of my life. And he was doubling down on that for a couple of weeks. Until all of a sudden he said, no, it's got nothing to do with that. I want to repeat. For 2 weeks or so, he was saying, this is about security for the rest of my life. This is what he gave me the money for. It's got nothing to do with the politics. That's why I didn't proclaim it. Then he changed it to something else. I can't remember what he changed it to now. But he just changed it. Like, no, it's not to that. It's to do something else now. And people are like, what? And no, as far as I'm concerned, nobody said nothing.
This is Farage.
And don't get me wrong, I don't agree with it. But when Keir Starmer got free suits and glasses from whoever he got free suits and glasses from, that was the biggest news for like a week. This man got $5 million and taking into account the person he got the money from is a crypto business. And look at the manifesto for reform. Crypto this, crypto that.
Yeah.
So it's like 1 and 1 can equal 2 sometimes. And don't get me wrong, it's not that he's not into crypto. He is. He's got his own crypto thing himself. I'm sure he believes in it. But having the crypto person giving you over the term of whether it's to your party or to you 14 million, again, more than anybody else has ever given to any party in the history of the UK, it don't hurt. to be, with that person. I don't know why I don't know these numbers off the top of my head, man. Ask me what my cousin's name is. How many people in the place tonight? I don't remember their names. So I've known them for years. But I know how much money Farage got from this person.
Because it's important. Yeah,
and these people's names are not important.
But let's see how it goes, man. Because I do think now this caused it's helped the others. The Tories might be. As I said, Kemi might be able to do a take.
Kemi's personal views ratings have gone up, but the Tories have not.
Yeah, maybe.
So that's that. We'll see if she can drag it up. I haven't even finished with my Blair yet, because there were so many. I've forgotten now, but there were so many points that it's like, yeah, what's another one? So we got the thing about the immigration stuff that he's like, we need to go off that. The net zero stuff, we need to go off that. The what other things did he say, man? But he just ripped Labour a new one, and what he said was, in fact, there's one interview where he's doing it, and basically the man's like, don't you see that what you're saying is like this is the BBC one, the board one, the one that the superb one, interviewed all the politicians, and he's like, basically, don't you see that this is kind of like Tory talking points? They're gonna be salivating reading this, and he started off saying, he was gonna say I don't care. And then he carried on saying, I don't believe that it's important to worry about such and such. We need to worry. What he's saying is that we don't need to. We're going to change people are looking to change the leader. So even though he's cussing Kia, he's like, but we don't need to just change the leaders. This is what happened with the Tories. Look what happened to them. They kicked them out because they didn't like all the uncertainty and all the madness. We shouldn't go down that same route. What we need to do is worry about the policy. And then once we figured out the policy, then we can change the leader. So he's not even defending him. He's not even saying don't change the leader. I defend it. He's saying worry about the policy first, because when you got the policy, there's no point in changing this person for that person. And then when that person's in power, what are we doing now? I don't know. I just wanted to be in power. I don't actually know what we're doing. Like, change the policy. Let's all together, right, left, all of us as a party, get together, figure out what we want to actually do for the people, for the country. So then the man pulled him up and said, I thought you were going to say, like, I don't care. And he basically was like, I care about the party. I care about the country. I'm not here for putting party before the country. And that's something I agree with as well. It's like, if the country needs this and it's going to hurt my party, then so be it. I can't, just because my party is there, whatever, I'm gonna hurt the country.
The country's more important in a sense. Yeah, and he should be right, especially as the Prime Minister or past Prime Minister. He should know more than anyone else what is more important about the party than the thing. Because obviously there will be numerous things that he would have thought was better for the country that his party would have thought wasn't.
There is one thing that he said that he's like, we can't not do what Trump says. Like I've said before, we don't have a nuclear thing without America, and I know that it's been argued, and I'll try to get the stats, but I've heard it too many times, even since then, that we can't do nuclear by ourselves. France is the only country in Europe that can do nuclear by themselves. We rely on America for something. I don't know what it is, or the UK. Right? I don't know what it is, but it's like the UK relies on America, and he's basically like, when Trump is asking to do X and Y, we can't be saying no and being all dilly-dallying. And we have to work with the Americans, because basically we're their little brothers, in essence, he's saying. And we can't, when we need their help, we need to be able to rely on them. And if they ask us for help, we just need to help them instead of, we can't be telling no's. And that's the one time when people can be like, yeah, like when you went to war in Iraq, and you just did what they said, and then you just did imagine. Like, that's the one thing where it's like, brother. That's the one thing that Keir Starmer's got props for. It's one of two things that he's got props for. One is his international dealings, because he's actually doing well, I think, in the international stage. But it's a well-known thing in politics that nobody cares about what you do internationally. They can say, oh, you're doing well. I like how you're dealing with the Europeans. I like how you're dealing with the Chinese. I like how you're dealing with the Americans. Whatever it is. And this is for every country. But when it comes to voting for you, you are not getting votes because you dealt with international stuff. You're getting votes because you deal with domestic issues. And so he's dealing with domestic issues well, but it's not going to get him any votes. International issues well. And then the second thing is that thing where Trump said, oh, can we use your bases? And he's like, no. For whatever the reason he did it, because I think he did actually want to do it, and the people actually told him no. End of the day, he didn't do it, and it seemed like he's come across on the right side of history. Because
it's not even just history. It's again, that goes alongside the... I think people are getting a lot of this stuff mixed up with just regarding the immigration and stuff. a lot of it falls into this making America great again has gone around the world in its own way.
Go and explain it to me.
Because they think when they're talking about immigration, they're talking about making Britain great again. And one of the things about you have to remember the British people that are very ignorant of the times that they're in now still believe that Britain is important in the grand scheme of things. Like what Tony Blair's just telling you now, it's not as important as it used to be, basically. So they think that they're big fish still. So they're like, we should never be, when we're letting all these immigrants in, we're doing all of this stuff, we're diluting Britain. Britain is no longer great. It's not the same Britain as it was before. And a lot of it is getting blamed by the immigration. But also, the way that Donald Trump is talking about Britain is affecting the British people. They're like, you're just making us look like we're idiots. They're talking to us like we're small fish, small fries, or whatever you want to call it, sorry. And that we're not. We're big boys. And now him doing that has probably got more, as you said, props from the people that are maybe voted because I know Kemi was saying that he's wrong and this, that, that. But I think the British people, the actual public is like, nah, we should stand up to the Americans.
Yeah, they had Farage and Kemi had to back down because they were with, why don't you do what Trump said? Why do you do what Trump said? Until they realised, oh, you know what, Trump's doing a magazine. And the people are not, the British people don't like Trump. So then both Farage and Kemi back down. They didn't say, oh, we were wrong, he was right, but they both shut their mouths and be like, oh, we kind of like support what but they did. That was after a week or two of gunning him in the press and in comments.
Yeah, so I think that is one of the big things as well. Like, they don't want to be seen to be small, and you just running after.
Britain is still powerful, by the way. I didn't want to interrupt you.
I didn't say they're not still powerful, but the way that it is perceived is that they are. The people in Britain believe they are still the most powerful. Like, the empire still exists.
Well, if you go by the thing like the net zero thing, that one, the way he crystallized that was like, it's actually quite cutting. You are not important enough to make any difference to the world in terms of net zero, in terms of how much you pump out. So your industry is not that big, because back in the day, Britain would have been one of the major polluters. Yeah, but that's because you were major when everybody else was minor, even if we were as tiny as you are. And now you're not. And then you had influence. So where you did, so when the term now that I learned from Mr. Wolf that I hear all the time now, or whatever, when America gets a cold, the West sneezes, or Europe sneezes, or Britain sneezes, or wherever it is, yeah, then maybe that used to be England at one point, and it's not anymore.
Yeah, but again, a lot of people still believe that's to be the case, or they're still waiting for the empire to rise. And
it could still.
You getting little boyed by America is not the one. So yeah, I think that's one of it. How long have we been recording for?
You like watching time, man.
Oh, this is what is it, no?
1:17.
Oh,
so far. I don't know, or about 1 hour 15 minutes. But see, politics. I realize now if anything comes down to anything, as long as I've been paying attention, I can talk about politics.
Okay, have you been paying attention to this thing called NEET?
A little bit.
Did Griff contact you?
No.
Alright, so Griff messaged me about this NEET.
Griff, man, I thought we were buddies, man. I thought you would highlight your boy. But
so let me explain what NEET is. Yeah, so NEET is an acronym that stands for.
Sorry.
Yeah, where is the acronym? Not in education, employment, or training.
Yeah, and they're specifically talking about young people.
Young people between 16 and 24. So he asked the question. He basically asked me, and I said, is it a point thing? He goes, no, you both, basically. But he's asking me. And he said, what percentage of 16 to 24-year-olds in the UK do you think are economically inactive? And that is basically economically inactive people not in employment who have not been seeking work within the last 4 weeks or unable to start work within the next 2 weeks.
You know, I've been listening to a lot of stuff about this as well, so I should know some stats. But I think it's quite high. The youngsters these days seem to be so disenfranchised with this stuff, with this after university or whatever it is, or especially after COVID. Everything after COVID.
Apparently it's 1 million people.
All right. In a country of, well, if we need to look at the youth population, actually. But anyways, carry on.
So he was just basically asking about. So then we was just discussing it. So I was thinking, we was talking about what maybe the reason as to why this happening, and I was like, there's multiple reasons as to why children don't feel this need to do this stuff, and I think a lot of it comes with people thinking that money is easy to come by. Like again, me and my wife talk about this stuff all the time. That the young people have a different way of thinking when it comes to work and money. They just think differently.
Right.
Some of them are very entitled, where they think they should be able to just do what they want.
I agree with that one.
Yeah. Other people, I feel like they see so many different avenues of revenue that it's not necessarily the education is the key type thing anymore. Whereas in the past, education used to be key to making money. Where now, I think if you're in that particular age bracket, you're seeing so much different ways of potentially earning that you don't necessarily think that school is the number one thing. Like, you got all these people that do streaming, you got all these people that are doing anything internet related, social media related, influencers, just doing something stupid enough gets you enough views to be able to make enough money to get a career from it. I just don't see them thinking that this is necessarily my number one choice of getting revenue is having to go to school.
That's fair enough, but I'm not sure that the stats bear out that less, and I don't know actually. So it's just me tossing it out there. I don't know if there are less people by ratio attempting to go to university now, higher education than before.
Unless you think it might be the same.
I think, something's telling me it's not much different. It
Maybe
might have dropped a little bit.
I think it's dropped.
Not enough for it to justify. Not that I disagree with your point, but your point would then we're talking about these kids that are not looking for work, and they're not educated. And for those people, they are looking for work, and if they're not educated, and then I'm saying that maybe the not educated part is not necessarily valid. But then I guess now, if we're saying they're not in higher education, then that kind of crushes my point. There are less kids in higher education. All right, my bad. Don't worry.
And I think it's just that. I think there's so many ways that people are like, social media has just warped reality to such a level for certain people that I can make money doing anything. I can make money selling fart. I can make money selling feet. Yeah, exactly, and that's what I'm saying. So now, what people, I don't really have to rush to feel like I have to go and get this, because maybe in this time I'll be able to do this. Or people might be saying that you're not educated or looking for work because you're doing other things that potentially won't be deemed or ticked on these tick boxes to say that you're looking for work. Like, I've got my own YouTube channel, but I don't really have enough subscribers for you to even notice I've got my own YouTube channel, and this, that, and the other. I don't know, but I think there's definitely a shift in the way that people see and perceive work. So
that's one facet, definitely. There are other venues. There's one thing is the cost of higher education.
Yeah, that too.
For me, and this is when I know that I'm privileged, because for me, when people talk about taking loans out, I'm always thinking that it's more than what I think it is. It's like it's 9,000 per year, I think, to go to university.
Per term, you mean?
I don't think it's per term. Is it per term?
I think it might be per term, or maybe that's the foreign students. I don't know.
I know foreigners pay more. Could you fact check that for me? Because, all right, in my head, I would have thought more like you. What you're saying is 9,000 per term, but then I don't think, because I keep hearing 9,000, and I'm thinking, hold on, is this a year? And then this is where I'm smart or privileged, because I'm thinking, is this so? This is what people are dying over, like because they're talking about being in debt for the rest of their lives, because they write off if you get student loan, they can change your interest rate as well.
Annual tuition fees 9,000. Sorry, annual tuition fees 9,530.
So it's 10 grand a year. And I'm thinking, so that's 30 grand over 3 years.
But then this is when factoring living costs, you can expect to spend over 20,000 to 25,000 a year.
Places. So
but most people do.
That's fine, but then you can work and pay for your housing.
Not really.
Of course, it really. How many students are working? So don't be silly.
Yeah, but you have that much money. Do you think it costs? That's why they take the student loan as well as the job.
Yeah, but this is because the loan is there for your schooling. Maybe a bit on top. It's not there to just accommodate your whole life whilst you have to do something. Maybe go to bank of mum and dad or get a job or hustle or something. So yeah, it's 30 grand over 3 years, which is your average time you spend in university or whatever it is. And I'm thinking, okay, but then I realize I'm not an average earner. that's not deaf to me. It's annoying. It's crazy. It's annoying. That's something I'll just take out. I'll put it on my credit card and then I'll pay it off, kind of thing. So even saying that, I got credit card. I'll put 30 grand on a couple of credit cards and then be done with it. It's like, all right, I'll pay it off, and I can do that, and I have to do that, and I'm doing it now. Even it's whatever it is. So, but these people, they're going into, for them now is major debt. They are paying it back. Is you don't have to pay it back until you earn a certain amount, but the interest rates can change. And what you find is, and if you haven't paid it back after, I don't know if it's 25 years or 30 years or whatever it is, then it becomes a write-off. But there are people that are living from 20 to 50 in constant debt, and the debt has grown from when they left. It was being 30 grand, so now it's 80 grand.
Yeah.
And they're paying, and it's not that they're paying it. I pay, okay, I pay, and it's just growing and growing and growing and growing. I forgot the point we're making now. You're talking about people being educated, and some of the things that I've heard are students talking about that part of it being so soul crushing for them. It's like, so I can work under the certain line and not pay it back, but the minute I start working more, you're taking a massive chunk. I know where I work, there's so many of the people I work with, when we get our pay slip, they're looking at student loan payments, and they're taking out chunks at a time. I'm like, damn, man.
And those people that, depending on what they're doing in your job, might not even have needed the thing that they need, the degree that they got.
And that's another thing. There's promise before.
Yeah, you get a degree.
The promise before was so in our parents' time, and I'm talking about people that are listening that are generally my age, between 30 and 50. Yeah, your parents did a job, and they could provide for their family. Full stop. Forget even higher study. Just did a job. I'm talking about mans now. Man, get a job, provide for your family, get a house, get a car, go on a holiday. If you're lucky. If you're lucky, go on a holiday. But that's one person doing all that. If you're not lucky, then you just have the house and the car. If you're really unlucky, you just have the house. But you have the house. And that's, for me, that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing for me. Then if you got educated, the promise was, if you get educated, you easily get the house, you easily get the car, and you'll live and you'll enjoy your holidays, and you'll be able to put your kids through school and do whatever it is. And that was the promise of life. So if you want to do more, go get educated, and you can actually do more. You can be comfortable. Now that's gone. That is fully gone.
Yeah, that's gone. And that
so what they're
was a
saying
major
is,
thing.
I've done my education. I spent 4 years doing this course.
For what?
I applied for 100 jobs. I don't mean figuratively. I mean literally. And what I'm getting is AI responses or tests that take 3 months, and at the end of it, they'd be like, yeah, we don't want you. It's like, what? 3 months of my time doing the repeat interviews and this and that, and then just tell me, yeah, we're going with somebody else.
Or somebody with more experience. And they're like, well, how do I get the experience without getting the job? And that's another situation for another day. But yeah, it is what it is.
So there aren't as many jobs anymore. People are scared. I don't want to use the word ishless, but that's the term of AI. It's going to take up, because, and that's another thing Tony Blair was talking about, which is, again, he's basically saying, stop fighting AI. It's going to take over. You just need to figure out how we're going to ride this wave, because the wave is coming. It's going to knock over all these buildings. What you want to be is on a surfboard. You don't want to be standing there saying, we need to change AI. It's like, bruv, get on the AI, get on the surfboard and wave it. And when it's knocking down all these buildings, just be on the surfboard whilst it's knocking out the building. And some people are like, bruv, that's a bit defeatist. Like, we can't even change it. We can't, like, no. Something else just on the way here is like, they don't like the idea that he's saying, we're not saying, what can we change to make this better? He's just saying, it's going to kill it's going to mash things down. You just have to work with it. And like, that's not how a thought leader should work. Like, it's just going to crumble everything. And you just want to be on the top of the rubble when it's done. Can we do it so it doesn't crumble everything? But anyways, kids is worried about AI, rightly so. Because, and this is what man is saying, he's saying in 20, 30 years time, AI is going to take over. We need to figure out what else we can do. And so they feel hopeless. Then you have social media, which you can, because I tell people, like the guy I was reading, I was talking about reading it with that book. I used to read. I don't read now. I'm on social media. I'm addicted to social media. I can admit it. I want these cheeseburgers, mate. I'm addicted to it. If there was no social media, I would read again. And it's a shame to say it, which is why I'm going to keep my kids as far away from social media as possible. But then I didn't get it till I was an adult. But I want to give them that chance. My daughter reads 10 books a week.
I want
to keep it that way.
I would be so interested to see if there's like a research document on farms since the time of social media and the function of them.
Well, we've got the repetitive strain injury since people have been sat on desks, and that's gone up exponentially. So yeah,
because we never used to scroll like that. And now constant scrolling, it's constant.
Well, you're gonna find it in 20, 30 years time when we become senior citizens and we've got arthritis in our farms.
In our farms, yeah, it's gonna be mad.
Arthritis in farms is between the years of such and such and such and such has gone up
100%,
more than 100%, man, 10,000%.
Very interesting.
So there's that. There was something on my mind. Like, hold on, what was it? Something that's happened. I've lost it. It was something that I thought was quite interesting, but I can't remember what it is now. My memory.
I'm tired. Okay. Anyway, that's the one thing I had.
Okay, but okay, yeah. So yeah, there's a bunch of facets there. It's interesting, but they're talking about maybe potentially looking into what's again, not the army, but the national service kind of thing. So it doesn't have to be an army. But
just to get people enrolled
to do something, do stuff like go clean up the community, or you might be on the reserves if we go to war or something like that. I don't think this country is built for that. I don't think the young people are gonna want to do it, and I think the old people are not as they can be as nationalistic as they want until it's you want my child to do something, whether it's even get a litter picker and go clean up the streets for 6 hours a day and get paid whatever it is. Do that. No, all right. Go put on a uniform and start training. And if we go to and then we're gonna send you to this country to man
America,
the British
Empire,
yeah, our whatever over there, this country there, Yassa. So it's not necessarily war. It's just go like no. So I don't think people are about that life. I don't think the old people are about that life. I don't think the young people are about that life. Another thing Tony Blair said was about the triple lock, and this is something that I'm very interested in. You know what triple lock is? It's a pension. It's the national pension is the pension that you get when you're 67 or wherever it is in this country, and the country gives it to you after all the taxes you've paid, and it's meant to go up with in line of one of the biggest or the lowest, I can't remember, one of three things, whether it's inflation, and I can't remember the other two, but basically it goes up. And because it's always going to go up by the most or the least of these three things. It kind of like, it always goes up more than everything else. So it's got to the point now where, taking into account people are living longer, and so more people are taking pension, they're having less children, so less people are putting money into the pension. The stretch between those two things and the money keep going up means that this country cannot afford to keep the triple lock. Every politician, whether you're left, middle or right, knows this. It's not an if and a but. We cannot afford the triple lock. But who votes the most? Old people and pensioners, or old people that are going to be pensioners soon. They vote the most. Their vote is more important than the 20-year-old person who says, I'm not voting because my vote means nothing. That's why they don't care about you, because you're not voting. But they care about the 60-year-old or the 50-year-old because these people vote. So even people like Farage said, yeah, we need to look at the triple lock. And just like you said, when he realised, I might get into power, he's changed up quickly. Every politician, if they're brave, opens their mouth to say we might have to look into the triple lock. And then the minute that they're anywhere near power or some sort of vote, they shut up and they change it, because it's like a death trap. It's a death warrant. If you talk about that, you're not going to get it. And I'm just interested in who's brave enough to say it, because Tony Blair in this thing said we need to look at this. Obviously, he's not in power, and it doesn't mean anything to him, which is proving my point. Where it's like when it can't hurt you, you can open your mouth and say it because it's very evident. But the minute you're anywhere near power, it's a catch-22. If I say it, I'm not going to be in power, and if I say I'm keeping it, then when I'm in power, can I just change my mind and just do the other thing? Because then I'm two-faced, and then they're gonna vote me out anyways. So I'm very interested in the long term in what's going to happen with the triple lock. Do you just look frustrated and tired?
I don't know much about it, so I'm just listening to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am also. I'm not frustrated. I'm tired more than frustrated.
All right, then. Okay.
It's like my wife. She likes to accuse me of being frustrated. I'm like, oh, I'm not frustrated.
Yeah, because you're not stop moving, innit? It's like you're not somebody that has to move all the time, but you just like you're on crack. You're even scratching your skin. Like I can feel my veins. All right, okay then. It's going to be a short episode as well. I said there was something else I wanted to mention. It might have even been a triple lock thing. Who knows? And I can't remember what it is. So on that note, until I remember.
Yeah, you sound awakeish now as well. I bet you go with your awakeish then.
Yeah, I'm still tired, but I'm not. I believe there are 2 or 3 different types of tired, and I'm not the tired that I'm nodding off, but I'm the tired that my body is saying sleep. But my eyes are not saying sleep. If that makes sense, I don't know if that makes sense to anybody.
But at the beginning of the podcast, you was.
Yeah, so I'm looking to go home. Put it that way, because my eyes are not in sleep mode.
Okay.
All right. Let's do our church notes and our goodbyes. Start off with me. I have no Stavros this week.
No, I don't actually have anything either. I haven't watched anything this week, I don't think anyway.
The whole week.
Yeah, I don't think I watched anything this week, which is weird.
I've been watching Hail Mary in bits. I've downloaded it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
And I'm watching it. I know. Remember I told you I watched the film and I must have missed about 50-60% of it. This is what I said. I remember it was a long film and I said that I enjoyed the film even though I missed 50-60% of it. Until I started watching it again. Wahala. 5 minutes into the film. No, let me be real. I want to actually be real. About 7 minutes into the film, I realized, wow, I fell asleep at 5 minutes into this film. Because this last 2 minutes, I didn't see this. So I'm watching the film and I realized I didn't miss 50 or 60% of this film. I missed about 80 to 90% of this film.
I still enjoyed it.
And I still enjoyed it. So which means, and I haven't finished the film yet actually, because I'm just watching it like my little commute bits. I remember hearing people talking about The Rock being what's it called it? Rocky or whatever it's called it. Like how much emotion can you get from a thingy? And then I can see I think I liked it from afar in terms of the emotion part because I didn't feel it. And even though I'm not feeling it now, it's like I see it now because I'm seeing the relationship build up between the two of them. Like there's even a premise where all right, so very slight spoilers for the film, and if you don't want it, it's just 10 seconds. So just skip forward 10 seconds. The bit that he doesn't remember why he's there. I didn't even know that part. Like right at the beginning where he's discombobulated. I got it because I saw that. But then for the rest of the film, he's trying to piece it together in his head. It's only now I'm watching the film I get that. I was like, damn, Stav. Damn, Daniel.
Oh, you fell asleep real early, boy.
Properly. And then God knows how bad I was snoring in that cinema. That's one of my fears. It's one of my fears. It's snoring in public, and then my missus not telling me that I'm snoring in public when she's around as well because she doesn't even care anymore. But anyways, yeah, where was I? Yeah, No Stavros says I am watching Project Hail Mary, but I'm not the one to say what I'm watching all the time because it's not important. Yeah, so thank you very much for tuning in. Hopefully, we are celebrating and have celebrated a Champions League win. It could be. It's just okay, what's kickoff?
5 p.m.
5 p.m. and it's 5 a.m. now. Just gone 5 a.m.
12 hours.
12 hours away from kickoff. I might not watch the game actually.
Why?
Because I might just go to the thing.
Oh, okay.
Because it's right in the middle of the thing.
I'm watching the game and then go after.
I know you, but I don't know. I feel it's a bit disrespectful. Like this is not more important than that. So, anyways, that's that. I'll be going with the family as well actually. So, yeah, she asks his kids involved. He's like, yeah. So, I have to drag them wherever I'm going now. Anyways, that's that. So, yeah, voila. Nothing you want to say?
No. But if you ain't saying nothing, say it well. Well, I don't know. You're looking at me. I've told you no.
No, you said no, and then how many seconds between saying no and then saying the other thing? I want to say something to you. I just want to big up my mum and daddy. Yeah, that's it. This is the episode. I just want to big up my mummy and my daddy. And yeah, that's that.
You just think like it's just talking for talking's sake.
I want to big up my mum and my dad.
Yeah, for what? But you said for no reason.
Because it came to me to big them up today.
Okay. At esnpodcast@gmail.com.
Wow, but see that, my man, Daddy?
Hashtag ESN
He doesn't even
podcast.
respect the big ups. Well, I was talking about some TV program now. He'll be there listening.
No, at this time. That I'll took barely a week.
Go on then, you can do your stuff there. You can do the outro business.
Hashtag ESN podcast@gmail.com. So yeah. Hashtag
Your
ESN
mum
podcast at ESN podcast@gmail.com via email. And ESN podcast for all your social media. Probably anyway. Yeah. Yes.
Thank you very much for tuning in to the pod, man. Blessings and love. See what we do for you 5 a.m. We're not getting up to 6ish. And we do this for the people. All right. On that note, my brother,
If you ain't saying nothing, say it.
Slug for life.
Yes.
Go forth and enjoy.
Shout out Prince Rakeem Deluxe. What's that one day?
Overtalker or
overseer. No, overseer.
Obviously. But sound like that.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents and other small insects, welcome to the ESN podcast.
Ah, so no.